I want to invite you all to pray with me. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of our hearts and minds be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and redeemer. Amen. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you that are weary. Come to me." God is gracious and merciful. This is what we hear in the song. Right now, many of us are concerned about so many different things. Our income, our friends or family who live alone or without pets, our pets who will be lonely after we physically go back to work, our role in this moment of political and societal tension. There's a lot with which we may be concerned, a lot. For some of us, this feels particularly heavy due to the pandemic and the added uncertainty that this state of being brings. While analytically we may know that things were sure already uncertain, the pandemic makes us feel even more uneasy. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you that are weary." There's a middle-aged guy south of Boston who cares for two children. One who is 16, soon to be 17, and another who is a young adult with developmental disabilities. This guy supports these kids quite well, though he's still sad that his wife, their mom, passed away suddenly a few years ago. Let's call this guy Rob. Rob is a marketing manager for a mid-sized firm in Boston. When the pandemic hit earlier this year, Rob felt relatively safe. Rob, like other parents, already felt concerned about his children before the pandemic. The pandemic, of course, brought new worries. Where was the young adult going to find community? The adult day centers now are closed. How many milestones was this teenager going to miss not being at school? How much could Rob really even do to support them as a single parent, working from home for 40 hours a week? Rob was weary. Rob was doing his best to stay strong when about 1 month into the pandemic, he heard from his manager at work. The manager let him know that while the company was doing their very best to keep everyone at full pay, they had to issue pay cuts across the board. 20% less pay each month for the next 3 months at least. Rob's heart sank. He had been using all of that discretionary income to keep both of these young people he was caring for, the young adult and the adolescent, busy and well-equipped with crafts and board games and things that teenagers might not like but could be handy. Rob's story, as many of us know, is not uncommon. So many people are encountering hardships and anxieties that they never imagined they would face. Just this past week, a month and a half after hearing from his boss about the temporary pay cuts, Rob walked into the garden he created with his kids. He and his kids put together this bed on a Saturday during the beginning of the stay-at-home order. Everyone was putting together raised garden beds they felt they would too. As he glanced at the cherry tomato plant, he saw new flowers and tiny tomatoes. As he placed his hand on the plant, he rearranged the direction to which the plant reached, and he held the plant with care. Then in his anxiety and angst, he moved his hand to his forehead in exhaustion, not because it was a hot day, but because he was weary. This is all so hard, he thought. As his hard-working and gentle hands grazed his forehead, his hand drew close to his nose. And as he passed his nose, he thought, what a smell, the tomato plant. In the midst of that pain and suffering, this plant grows, Rob thought, and soon will likely enjoy some cherry tomatoes. Rob thought, I am weary, but I am not alone. He smelled his hand once more. The scent of the tomato plant comforted him deeply. Come to me, all you that are weary. Rob has this moment of contemplation by chance. His hand comes near to his face, and he smells the tomato plant. It seems that a lot of times we just happen upon Jesus' call, even though Jesus beckons us to come. Later in the book of Matthew, in chapter 23, verse 4, we are reminded by Jesus that not only do we hold our burdens, but we, even if unintentionally, place such burdens on those around us. Jesus has told us to come, not to stumble upon his peace, but to meet this peace willingly, in a forward way, not in a happenstance kind of way. Come to me, all you that are weary. How might we come to God? It is so very easy for us only to come to God when we have no other options left. We turn to God in a moment of haste, a loved one on what might be a deathbed. We have $50 left in our savings. We are wanting so badly to hear from our child after a night out with their friends. We bargain with God. And sure, it's okay to go to God in such a state. But what if we came to God prior to that point? Turning over our burdens prior to the state of extreme fear. Come to me, all you that are weary, come to me. I can picture the child running from the parent at the grocery store. The kid doesn't realize that they can easily run out in front of someone's cart or easily get confused about where they are and get lost. The parent tries to tell them, come to me. God tries to tell us. If only we could give before we were lost on aisle 44. If only we could give to God's call all that we are, all that we have, before we are lost in looking for God. All at once bursting into tears as a child in a grocery store, that we are in a dire need of God's loving embrace. Come to me, all you that are weary. God is gracious and merciful. God proclaims, rest will be given. Rest in this context is a defining feature of the coming age to which Jesus points. This is a divine rest, the divine rest. An ineffable, indescribable rest. Rest we may be given if we simply come to God. The gracious and merciful God, the God who holds all of our joy, our anger, our suffering, the depths of the human experience. This God will give us rest. Have you ever sat down to dinner with a close friend or family member for what is supposed to be an intentional time, only to realize halfway through that you're hardly paying attention? You don't like their shirt, for example.